Okay, so in this tutorial we are going to learn how to create this sun effect here. And we're also going to create the sky, and we're going to put it all together in a perfect seamless loop. And if you can like and subscribe, I would really appreciate that. And now it's time to put on your sunglasses and get into it. Okay, so let's go A and X and delete everything from our scene and jump into top view by clicking 7 at our numpad. So now we can go Shift A and bring in a camera and then just float into the camera by clicking 0. So let's bring up our timeline here and then change our timeline into the shader editor. And we also need to go from object to world. And the node that we are going to use to bring in our HDRI is an environment texture node. So let's just go Shift A and search for environment texture. And now we can locate our HDRI. And by the way, if you don't have an HDRI that you want to play with, if you want to play around with this exact one, I will leave a link to this in the description so you can go and get it for completely 0 Norwegian kroner. So this thing here, we're just gonna link up with the background like that, and now we can see that this space of ours is completely gray, and that's because we're working in solid mode. So let's go up here to the right and change the mode into render mode. So now we have our HDRI nicely wrapped around this 3D space here. And the next thing that we want to do is click onto our environment texture node and then go Control and T, and that will bring in a texture coordinate in a mapping node. And if you don't have this little add-on here, you can just go to edit and then preferences and go to add-on and then check the box for node wrangler. So with this node here, we can do a lot of stuff. We can scale our HDRI and we can change the location and the rotation. And the thing that we want to start off with doing is just changing the HDRI so we have this camera pointing upwards into the sky instead of downwards into this rock here. So let's just go to rotation and then just bring it up like that. Find somewhere nice. And now what we can do, at least this is optional, but I want to have more sky inside of this frame. Found that that looks more just more realistic and cooler and all of that. So let's go to the data properties on this camera icon here and then just bring the focal length back to somewhere around here. So yeah, of course this is just find where you want it. So maybe I'm gonna go with, yeah, something around 10 like that. The next step here is to make our HDRI spin around in 360 degrees, and that will create the illusion of the camera that the camera is spinning around 360 degrees, even though it's just the HDRI that's moving. So we're gonna actually loop this HDRI in a perfect seamless loop. So let's bring down another window and change this into the timeline. And the way we can do this is go to rotation here. And I think we're going to use the C and then just make it spin around like this in a perfect seamless loop. So to create the perfect loop, we need to start off at frame 0. So go up to timeline and change this from 1 to 0. If you leave it in 1, it will not be in a perfect loop. It will have a small hiccup at the end. So really important, go back and start off at frame 0 like that. And now we can go down to this mapping node and then just hover a mouse over the C and then just go I for insert. So now we have our first keyframe here. So let's jump all the way to the end. So what I like to do is just hold down shift and then just use the right arrow, and that will just make this jump all the way to the end here. So now we can go into the C here and then just type in 360 because we want it to go one ray around, and then just go I for insert. So now we have two keyframes and we have a seamless looping animation, but as you can see it slows down at the end there and then it speeds up in the middle. So let's make this speed of the HDRI in a nice flowy way. So what we can do is just click A. So we have both of these keyframes selected, and then just right click onto the timeline and then go to interpolation mode, and we're going to set this interpolation to linear. So we can also play around with all of the other ones here, but this linear will just make it go in the same speed. So now we have our HDRI, and I found that this animation style works better with more frames. So I'm going to set this one to 2000 frames, and this is obviously up to you. And then I'm just going to grab hold of these keyframes here and then just move them all the way to the end here. And I'm going to make sure that these keyframes are at the last frame, like that. So now we have a much more slow animation. Maybe a little bit too slow, but this is just up to you how you want to make your animation. So I think that's it for the HDRI part. And now let's duck dive into this weird light thing that we are going to create. Okay, so let's get into the second part of this video. We are going to create this light effect and make it blend into this HDRI here. So we are still working in the shader editor at the world here, and we need to bring in a new node. So go Shift A and search for RGB curves, and this node here is really important. So if you don't use this here, I don't think it's gonna work. But now that we have a node there, we can just grab the middle like this and then just bring in the contrast to somewhere around here. This doesn't need to be exact. Okay, so now we can go into the compositor and then click new. And now is where the magic is going to happen. So let's go Shift A and search for glare node. And here we're going to change this from streaks into ghost. And now we don't see anything here. And that is because we haven't activated this in real time. So let's just go up to the corner here and click on this down arrow and click always like that. And now you can see that the scene immediately became way more bright. And to adjust the brightness here, we can go over to output properties. No, sorry, render properties, and down to color management. And we can bring down the exposure like that. So now if we were to play this, we don't see anything yet. But what we can do is bring in a second glare node like that. And now we can see that we have some light going on here in this middle of the scene. So the key here to get this sort of crisp and cool is to use a bit more nodes. So what we also can bring in here is tune image node. And then we can bring up the clarity like that. Now we can see we get this crisper look, and the sun is also, or the light is also more clear. And you can also do a little bit of experimentation here as well. Or actually a bunch of experimentations. You can just go Shift D here, and then maybe change this from ghost into sunbeams. And now we have this effect. And let's bring down the exposure like that. And what you also can do, if you want to play around a little bit the colors, you can search for Sepia node, something like that. And this will give this cool looking golden and red vibe to the image. Yeah, and so just go and play around a little bit with these parameters and see if you can get this image to look the way you want. You can also go over here to color management and also set the look to a higher contrast. So now it starts to look really good here. And you can also change the view. So just play around with these different styles here. So I think I'm gonna go for yeah, maybe this one here. So at this point it's just to go and play around a little bit with this cool looking objectless animation. So there we go. If you can like and subscribe, I would appreciate that. Have a great day and peace out.